Alex Eala just did something that left the WTA scrambling, and the experts, they're finally speaking out. The 20-year-old Filipina has been written off more times than anyone can count. Too young, too inexperienced, too inconsistent. The rankings slipped, the losses piled up, the critics sharpened their knives. But just when everyone thought they had her figured out, Alex Eala delivered a performance that stunned the tennis world. Not just with the result, but with how she got there. The WTA didn't see this coming. Neither did her doubters. And now, an expert is saying something that will make every fan listen. Don't get too discouraged.
Abu Dhabi, February 2026. A court, a crowd, and a deficit that would have broken most players. Let me take you back to the moment that signaled the real Alex Eala was still there, hiding beneath the weight of expectation, waiting for her chance to fight back. The Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open. Second round. Alexandra Sasnovich stood across the net, a veteran ranked number 109, but playing like she had nothing to lose. Eala, ranked around number 45 at the time, had already been through the ringer. The season was young, but the pressure was already mounting. The first set was a disaster. Sasnovich dropped just 6 points on serve, won every single first serve point, and faced 0 break points. Eala was making 19 unforced errors, giving away points, giving away games, giving away the set. The second set started no better. Sasnovich broke early. The Belarusian was running away with the match, and the crowd, packed with Philippine flags, was growing restless. But here's the thing about Alex Eala. She doesn't break. She bends. She adjusts. And when she needed to, she found
another gear. After 66 grueling minutes, longer than some entire matches, Eala finally broke through. She leveled the match at 1 set apiece. The crowd erupted. But the real drama was just beginning. The third set. Sasnovich surged again. 4-0. Then 5-2. Then match point. Eala was 1 point away from another early exit. Another headline questioning whether the hype was justified. Then something clicked. She broke back. She held serve under pressure. She forced a tiebreak. In the tiebreak, Sasnovich had one more chance. 5-4. The match on her racket. 2 points away from victory. Eala won 3 straight points. Match. Comeback. Statement. The total point statistic told the story of survival. Eala lost 121 points to Sasnovich's 111. She won despite being outplayed for most of the match. That wasn't just a win. That was a message.
Dubai, February 2026. A 6-1 first set, 5 match points saved, and a world number 8 sent packing. Just days after her Abu Dhabi escape act, Alex Eala walked onto center court in Dubai for a match that nobody expected her to win. Jasmine Paolini, world number 8, a former champion in Dubai, a player who had beaten the best in the world and wasn't afraid of a 20-year-old from the Philippines. On paper, this was a mismatch. But someone forgot to tell Eala that she was supposed to be the underdog. The first set was a masterclass. Eala powered through 6-1, looking every bit like she belonged on the same court as the world's elite. The second set was a test of nerves. Eala led 5-3. She had 3 match points, 2 at 15:40 and 1 at add-out. Paolini, desperate, saved all 3. The Italian won 3 games in a row, taking a 6-5 lead. Most players would have crumbled. The momentum had shifted. The crowd, though packed with Philippine flags, was holding its breath. Eala held serve to force a tiebreak. Then, in the breaker, she missed another match point at 6-4. The tension was suffocating. But on her 5th match point, 5th, she rifled a forehand winner up the line and sealed the victory. After the match, Eala revealed the secret to her resilience, and it had nothing to do with technique. In the change of ends, I was thinking about how this stadium is full of Filipinos, she said, and I thought of how many of them were probably praying for me to win. So I knew that I had to give everything I had. The win over Paolini wasn't just another victory. It was her third career win over a top 10 player, joining Iga Świątek and Madison Keys on that exclusive list. More impressively, all three had come in straight sets. In that moment, standing on center court in Dubai, with thousands of Filipino flags waving in the stands, Alex Eala looked less like a rising star and more like a player who had already arrived.
California, March 2026. 16,000 fans, Stadium 1, and a world number 4 who had no answer. The Indian Wells Masters is called the 5th Grand Slam for a reason. The stadium holds 16,000 people. The pressure is immense. And on March 9th, 2026, Alex Eala walked onto that court to face Coco Gauff, world number 4, US Open champion, a player with multiple Grand Slams already in her trophy case. Eala was the heavy underdog. Gauff was the favorite.
The script was written, but Eala hadn't read it. The 31st seed fought Gauff power for power and fire for fire, according to the article. The first set was a statement, 6-2 to Eala. Then came the second set. Eala broke early, 2-0. Gauff called for the trainer, pain in her left arm. And then the unthinkable. Gauff retired from the match. I really didn't want to win this way, Eala admitted afterward. But this is still a really big moment for me. To be able to play in Stadium 1 of Indian Wells and against such a great competitor, I'm really grateful to be here and super happy. It was Eala's third career win against a top 5 player, having already beaten Iga Świątek, number 2, and Madison Keys, then number 5 at the Miami Open in 2025. Her record against top 10 players improved to 4-2, with wins over Świątek, Keys, Paolini, and now Gauff. The ranking impact was immediate. Eala broke into the top 30 for the first time in her career, a milestone no Filipino had ever achieved. The critic Ben Rothenberg captured the moment with a single tweet, genuinely wondering if Alex Eala is already the most popular player in women's tennis right now. The numbers backed him up.
April 2026, Madrid. A second-round exit, a 6-2, 6-1 loss, and then Greg Rusedski spoke. After the Madrid Open ended with a whimper, Eala managing just 3 games against Elise Mertens, the critics sharpened their knives. The losses were piling up. The ranking had slipped again. The whispers grew louder. Maybe she's not ready. But as the alarm bells rang for the casual fan, former world number 4 Greg Rusedski stepped forward with a message that silenced the panic. Well, it's the heavy hitters. It's being on tour week in, week out. You are going to take some bruising losses, Rusedski said on his podcast. He pointed to Eala's loss in Stuttgart against Leylah Fernandez. She pushed Elena Rybakina all the way, he noted. So the losses she takes are not bad losses. It's sometimes the score lines at times. Rusedski was pushing back against the hysteria. He was reminding the tennis world that greatness is not built in a straight line. This is part of the learning experience, he continued. She's too good of a player. She'll figure it out. What I like is her resilience. Then came the line that every Eala fan needed to hear. If you're a fan out there, just be a little patient. It might take a little bit longer for her, but she's got a great team of people around her. Don't get too discouraged. What Rusedski sees that the critics miss is simple. Eala isn't supposed to be winning titles.
No titles yet. She's supposed to be learning. She's supposed to be taking losses, even bruising ones, and turning them into lessons. The 6-2, 6-1 loss to Mertens, a learning experience. The 6-1, 6-4 loss to Fernandez in Stuttgart, a learning experience. The 6-0, 6-2 loss to Gauff in Dubai, a learning experience. Each defeat, Rusedski argues, is a stepping stone, not a tombstone.
Indian Wells, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. 3 tournaments, 3 statements, and a player who refused to disappear. Let me paint you the full picture of what Alex Eala has actually accomplished in 2026, because the headline losses don't tell the whole story. February, Abu Dhabi. Down 4-0 in the 3rd set, saved match point, came back to win in a tiebreak, advanced to her first WTA 500 quarterfinal, broke into the top 40 for the first time in Philippine history. February, Dubai. Defeated world number 8 Jasmine Paolini in straight sets, saving 5 match points along the way. Her 3rd career top 10 win. Advanced to the quarterfinals of a WTA 1000 event. March, Indian Wells. Defeated world number 4 Coco Gauff to reach the round of 16. Broke into the top 30 for the first time. Became the highest-ranked Filipino tennis player in history. That's not the resume of a player who's fading. That's the resume of a player who's building. Sports Illustrated's Serve newsletter highlighted Eala as one of 5 women who could win their first WTA 1000 title at Indian Wells, noting that her noticeable physical gains allow her to hang in longer rallies and endure grueling matches. The publication argued that the typically slower Indian Wells conditions would reward Eala's feel, competitive fire, and layered tennis, and her victory over Gauff proved they were right. If the 20-year-old were to capture her first WTA 1000 in the desert and her first main tour title, SI wrote, it would be bigger than a trophy. It would be a landmark moment for Southeast Asian tennis, and a reminder that her reach is truly global. The WTA didn't see this coming. They saw a player ranked number 140 who had a lucky run in Miami. They saw a fan favorite, not a contender. They saw marketability, not results. But Alex Eala has been changing minds, one upset at a time. So let me ask you directly. Has Alex Eala's 2026 season been a disappointment or a breakthrough disguised as a struggle? The numbers are messy. The losses have been brutal. The ranking has fluctuated like a fever chart. But look closer. The top 10 wins are piling up. The rankings are still climbing, from number 140 to number 29 in just over a year. The Eala effect has turned every tournament into a home game. The Rome Open, a WTA 1000 event, begins soon. The French Open, Rolandgarros, follows. The clay season is where champions are made. And after her Madrid loss, Eala reportedly told her team, "I'll be back stronger." Greg Rusedski's advice echoes in the silence between tournaments. Don't get too discouraged. The WTA didn't see Alex Eala coming. They saw a promising junior, a Rafael Nadal Academy product, a player from a country without tennis tradition. They didn't see a giant slayer. They didn't see a top 10 contender. They didn't see a player who could beat Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Jasmine Paolini in the span of 12 months. But Alex Eala is proving them wrong. Not with titles, not yet. With resilience, with comebacks, with the refusal to stay down when the losses come. She's too good of a player. She'll figure it out, Rusedski said. The tennis world is watching, and the question isn't whether Alex Eala will win a Grand Slam. The question is, when she finally does, will anyone be surprised? Is the WTA finally taking Alex Eala seriously, or are they still underestimating what she can become? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that go beyond the scoreline. No Grand Slam titles, no WTA trophies, and yet Alex Eala has spent 2026 proving that rankings don't define her. Down 4-0 in the 3rd set against Sasnovich in Abu Dhabi, she came back to win. Facing world number 8 Jasmine Paolini in Dubai, she saved 5 match points to secure her 3rd top 10 victory.
Against world number 4 Coco Gauff at Indian Wells, she broke into the top 30 for the first time, the highest ranking ever achieved by a Filipina tennis player. The critics pointed to the losses: 6-2, 6-1 to Mertens in Madrid, 6-1, 6-4 to Fernandez in Stuttgart. But former world number 4 Greg Rusedski called for patience. "She's too good of a player. She'll figure it out," he said. "What I like is her resilience. Don't get too discouraged." The WTA didn't see this coming, but now they can't look away.